Sorry about that. I'm moving this around very, very quickly, and that is 100% on me. I did not mean to do that one bit. It never woke me up. I don't know why, and I don't know why it never did, but it just did not. So that was 100% on me. That was not Andrew's fault. Again, this is Phoneix Raceway. Make sure I have Andrew's stuff going on right now at the moment. Not sure if I do, if I don't. I don't think I do. Don't. And make sure I'm getting his run again. That is completely on me. Team, we're looking at the 20 of Russ Martin. He's trying to hold off Kinsley Smith as Kinsley will dive down low to the inside, and he's going to try to fight and get that position. Looks like he might have it just a little bit here. These two will still fight off the corner as Kinsley going to get into the 20, and that's going to send Russ Martin around. First caution of the race here. Just got him right in the rear coming off of 2. Sorry, off of 4 down the back. That's off of 2 down the back stretch. See, Russ gets... That's just Kinsley getting right into him. There's no ill intent there, but it's just too tight for Kinsley. See, he starts plowing probably right around here. And then it's on from there. But Frost is going to stay out. It's a little bit of an interesting move here. There it is. Unhide all. There we go. I've got that fixed now. But it will be 3 people that will stay out on the track here. Frost, Metler, and Ross all stay. Holman, Gometti, Hope, Dunaway, Teft, Ecker, Honeycutt are the top 10. I want to go through where these guys qualified. So this is how these guys qualified. It was Frost on the pole, Holman 2nd, Ross 3rd, Gometti 4th, Martin 5th, 6th, Honeycutt 7th, Hope 8th, Teft 9th, Thomas 10th, Kinsley Smith 11th, Dunaway 12th, Andrew or Alex Teft 13th, Ecker 14th, Hurst 15th, Hess 16th, Benelli 17th, Archibald 18th, Brandon. Then Filippo 19th, Rob Yost 20th, Christopher Pendle 21st, Alex Gates 22nd, Metler 23rd, Roger Gates 24th was Barry Nelson. as lights have gone off on the pace truck here, so it's getting ready to pull in. As it will, the drivers will go all the way down to the end of pit road to grab, or they'll go all the way around into turn 1. Used to not be in turn 1 before. But it is now. As the green flag is back in the air, we are back underway. 96 will hop out to a pretty big lead. They'll race down into the corner. You see the 68 of Golmetti will just try to take that lead as we got the 8 around. That is Ecker, loose off the 4. As he goes in and noses it into the inside wall, and that will bring out another caution. As he just loops it on his own. No one's there to hit him. Goes down, hits the inside wall, so that brings out caution number 2 of the evening. Now it's completely on me. This race was started a little bit later than I would have liked, just because I am apparently stupid and don't know how to set alarms to wake me up. Metler and Ecker came down pit road. Kind of surprising to see those two down pit road. I don't know if I would have done that. Lights should go off on the pace truck this time by, as it will. These guys will choose inside or outside. Really don't really get a choice. I wish that is one thing that iRacing would do, is they let you choose the lane, but they're not that far into the advancement yet. Pace truck will pull in here. As starter will have the flag in his hand. They're going to enter the Geico restart zone. As the green flag is in the air, we are back underway. Off of 3 and 4 is a 96. Still going to hold on to the lead. The 32 will dive on down to inside. Holman will try to get it. Won't be clear, though, so he can't slide up in time to do anything. they'll go to the stretches 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is one of the harder places to go through on the track side by side. Is that 32 going to be able to run a lot lower than that 96, and he's easily going to be able to take that. Actually flags these guys as entering pit road because they go so low on the track to try to get they're just cutting it as much as they can, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it flags them as going down pit road because they are so low. The 43 and the 3. Going in hard to this corner. Holman just ran the fastest lap, 26.82. That is 600ths faster. Next, actually no, 500ths faster than the next fastest lap, which was set by Evan. I thought Evan would be back up here because Frost is yet to pit from my scoring that is up on here right now. So I'm kind of surprised that he's able to hold on to it. And run that high line around the track, kind of give you a little bit better of a turn if you're struggling with that a little bit. Down in 3 and 4 though, you want to run the bottom. You do not want to be upper lane because you will just start to plow. Tighten this a minute here. Most of these guys will fight side by side. I thought the 96 was going to get the wall there just a tad, but he's able to pull it off of it. He will race him pretty clear into the corner, but he's still going to be bleeding spots. I think he's just trying to hold on to a set of tires. It's the 99 and the 12 back here trying to fight a Matt Crafton inspired paint scheme on the 94. That is, no, 99. Can't quite seem to get it down all the way to the bottom, so I might be struggling with a little bit of tightness here. I need to adjust this microphone a lot more than what I have it at. I try to set it to where it's not overbearing, but I think it's getting a little too loud. But Frost is going to, yeah, he's going to continue to bleed spots here, especially being stuck in his high line. It's going to make it even worse. He used to find his way down bottom. He is not able to do it so far. The 13, the 21, the 96 Ross is finally able to find his way back down low, but he's going to be struggling here, and he might lose another position. He just cannot stop backpedaling here. He's fallen from first to now probably might be maybe 11th here in a minute. Gonna lose another spot here to the 94 of Pendle. But up front, as he's bleeding those spots, Holman's been able to run away here. He's got a second and a half lead over Golmetti. Right, this is about, what is this from? This is kind of grouped up together right here. It's about around 10th position. You got guys fighting each other, all in a pretty close line. So we've got guys running the bottom, the middle, and the high. And you're going to see a mix of drivers going different places too because of really just because you don't, if you're loose, you're going to run higher. If you're tight, you're going to try to back it up and get down to the bottom and actually try to spin yourself out is what you want to do so you can get those rear tires heated up. You see where that 3 is running. That 3 maybe a little bit loose, and the 96 will finally come down pit road. Riley Frost eventually has to bite the bullet and come down. But if you're tight, you're going to move up, enter lower, try to get to the gas sooner so it makes you loose. If you're loose, you're going to move up the corner and get yourself a little bit tighter. And 1 and 2, you can get away with it. Kind of, you see where Truth Hoke is running right now. That's actually probably the best option for him because if you try to keep it on that painted line, it gets incredibly loose down there. These guys just got through 1/3 of the way in the race right now. We're 42 laps in. Holyman will continue to lead. 12 of San Filippo. We'll get around the 99. That 99 is going to try to stick on his outside, and I think he's going to be able to do it here as he will. You're going to have to enter it side by side going to 3 and 4. .44 is trying to make his way up here. Besides these guys, that 99 gets into the wall just a little bit. .32, 68, 55, 01. The 68's not making the same pace that he was before. I really thought that he would jump out to a quick lead here, but he's just not done that. It's kind of surprising to me, at least. Biggest mover in the race so far, though, is Pendle. He is up 12 positions, currently in 8th, qualified 20th. Frost is 2 laps down at the moment. 1 lap down, excuse me. But he still has a way to go. .44 looks like he's trying to loosen up the 3 in front of him. Ross is on the bumper of Thomas, and he wants to get right by him. He's going to look to inside, actually going to duck back in a little bit. Thomas is going to leave that bottom open. That's probably a good idea. You don't really want to go side by side in that corner just because, or you don't want to go with the guy looking inside because they think they can get in there, and you can go in there and they absolutely clean you out. That happens a lot. Sorry, I did not mean to hit that. See, Holman's got up to it. Almost 3 second lead. Hoke and Dunaway look like they're the closest guys together that might see battle. Tef, we might see something between him and Hurst. Hurst just trying to run away, but he's not getting too far from Tef. So Tef has something for him here. So he's going to look down to the inside. You can go all the way below the apron if you wanted to. Before, that used to be painted. Not painted. That used to be grass. But they got rid of that. I'm not sure when they got rid of it, but it used to be grass there. It would tear up a lot of cars. You can only go about 2 wide in there, as the 43 is way up the track. 44 can go right on by him. So Ross is still making his way back up. Alex Teft is back where he started. See, up in front of these guys, the 68 gets in the wall. It's going to give Hoke a run down the backstretch. I don't think Hope's going to be able to capitalize on it, though. No, he will not be. Guys are currently running 28-second laps at the moment. See, in the back here, though, see Tefts has finally got to the inside of Hurst. He'll look for to dive it down into the corner, and he will get that position. He'll try to set sail and drive off from him. He doesn't want to have to deal with him anymore. Holman's just, he is gone. These guys are not holding a candle to him here at this point. The 8 and the 99, and that is the 77. All right, we're going at it right now. The 99 will look to the inside of the 8. That's Archibald on Ecker. Ecker, we saw him spin earlier, so he's kind of having to work himself out of a hole that he put himself in a little bit. Got to keep that in mind. The 13 of Honeycutt look to the inside of Dunaway. Dunaway, however, is kind of able to defend that. He didn't really throw an aggressive block, though, but Honeycutt's just not able to capitalize on it there. He didn't get a good run. You have to really time your runs at this track. You need to get a good shot off the corner, and if you don't, it's going to be really, really hard to get past somebody. The 32 is way up against the wall. I don't know if he missed the corner on that one. I think he did, because that is really, really high. Back, though, he got Dunaway. Dunaway, I think he's about to get past her by Honeycutt. He's definitely stacking up these people here. They're starting to stack up behind Gilmetti. I was told how to pronounce somebody's name. Let's see where this is. It was... No, he's not in this race. Phoneix is not in this race, so I'm good on that one. Hope got in there deep. He's going to get a good rotation out of the corner here, though. He might be able to look in the inside. He needs to cut down all the way. He's not going to do that, though. Surprisingly, he kind of takes it pretty even. Looking at the end car of Dunaway actually here. Dunaway's going to run that high line. He's going to get a huge run off the top here. Watch this. He's going to just rocket down the backstretch because of that. He's going to be able to hold on to his position. Andrew Teft going to look down inside. Now, I don't know if it's the same with the next gens, or not next gens, the trucks is the next gens, but if you go down there and you slam the next gens, at least it'll literally take the wheel out of your hand. I don't think these trucks necessarily do that. I think the next gens are a little bit lower to the ground, but once you build up air pressure, you can do it. But I know with some cars you can't, as Hope just blew that corner. He might get passed by Dunaway here. Dunaway's gonna have a huge run coming in 3 and 4. Where does he go? Does he go high, low? Gonna stay in the high line, a lane up, as he will diamond that, get a shot down the backstretch. It's a huge run. But Holyman he's just been running away, as they are now past halfway in this race. Gonna be running up on Mettler here. Mettler's a lap down. Some other guys are a lap down currently at the moment. See what it sounds like inside of Holyman's car at the moment. He's the only guy that's shifting. Wow, he may be the only one that's shifting too. Let's listen. So this is on board with Golmetti. See if he shifts. Holyman shifted in 3 and 4. See if Golmetti does it or not. He does. Okay. I did not think there was going to be any shifting on this track, but there is. I wonder if that's when you get late in the run that you can get away with that. Early in the run, you probably can't. But later in the run, that's probably to get some extra turn in the truck and maybe get it to kick out that rear end too. Honeycutt's still trying to find a way around Dunaway. Dunaway is not being easy to get around. As he had a look there, but he's just not close enough to capitalize on it. They've actually kind of evened out on time now. Golmetti, he's a 28:07, as Archibald will now come down pit road. He's going to start a cycle of pit stops here. They've kind of evened up the time a little bit, not a lot. The 13's trying to he's actually going to lose the spot here to Andrew Teft. Teft will go on by him. So will Pendle. Pendle's going to try to capitalize on it also. However, he's up the track just a little bit, so he's going to chase it up there. And I must be worried if he's going to get in there too deep. Honeycutt will come down pit road. Let's see how long these other guys stay out. He pitted on lap 21. I think that you're going to try to run as long as you can. I don't think you try to short pit or undercut. Actually, there comes Holyman in now. So let's see where Golmetti comes in. Golmetti will come down, so that will cycle the lead to Hoke now at the moment. So we'll see. He starts going down. Gates, Hess, Kinsley are all down pit road. I think Hoke would probably come this next time by. Yeah, he'll come this time by, not surprised. Holloman. Sorry, it's Holloman, not Holyman. Hoke all the way down pit road speed. That's a long pit road at this track, too. It wraps all the way around, basically to the start-finish line. He might have the very, very last one. He actually qualified in 7th. He's currently running 7th. look up Blair here. Let's see, when is Dunaway? Dunaway's going to come down pit road. Teft will stay out. Benelli will come down pit road. Need to look up Blair. Here, I need to look up a name very, very quickly. Where is Blair? As we got a caution. What is this for? Pendle is down, or he crashed actually, excuse me. Wow, just comes off a 4 and loops it. Slides across the start-finish line. So, Teft just trapped a lot of these guys a lap down because of that. That is interesting. 75 laps in. You guys had ran about 50. He can make it on this last pit stop. So he's going to come down pit road, get 4 tires and fuel. He wins the race off pit road. That should put him in the lead, I believe. I think so. Not completely sure. Don't quote me on that yet. No, Frost will inherit the lead. He put on lap 41. He's gonna have to pit again. Frost will not be good on tires. It's gonna be at like a 30. Gosh, he's gonna be at a huge disadvantage. I would have came in if I was Frost. I would have not stayed out. Get back on the same cycle as everybody else. You're gonna be hurting very badly because of this. Frost is gonna actually roll to a stop here. I didn't see him come down pit road. He's down pit road now. It's confusing. I don't understand what that's about, but all right. That'll put John Ross to the lead as he did win that race off pit road. See these guys all getting a wave around. Lights have gone off on the pace truck here, so they need to catch the tail end of the field. I don't know if they'll be able to do that in time. I don't think they're going to add another lap, but these guys are racing around to get them. As pace car does pull off, good news is that they're only down the backstretch here. And the start-finish line has been moved, not the old Phoenix. It is way down there. See these guys pull up right now behind them as Ross will control the restart here. As the green flag will be in the air, we are back underway here with a little bit, about 50 laps, about 43 laps left in the race. Ross gets away to a pretty good start over the field because of them having to catch it. These guys are going to have a full head of steam coming. They're going to have warm tire. As we got somebody that's wrecked off of 4. It's like Andrew Teft. Saved it, though. Rewind here for a second. Actually, no. It was a 21 that got loose. Oh, Lord. So, 21 this race is Hurst got loose and Teft got into him. Watch Barry Nelson just bounce off the barrels at the end of pit road. Watch this. Bam! And he destroyed those barrels. That truck shot off of those quickly. The 3, the 99 working together here. '55 is going to be working that high line. The 20 going all the way up top. The 15 down here at the moment. Kinsley's going to chase that 32. I want to see if Holloman can get back up here. Instead of calling in Holloman. Metler, he's managed to make his way back on the lead lap. No idea how he's done that. But Ross is going to have to be running quickly here. Going to have to hope that Alex Teft and Andrew Teft, these guys hold him up in the back, because Holloman trying to cut these guys down very, very quickly. He wants to pick them up and put them down as quick as he can. Does not want to mess around with them at all. Metler's going to continue to fall. And I'm kind of on a free fall right now at the moment. But Kinsley's been following Holloman through the field as he's been working his way up here through it. So these guys, see how fast they can chop him down. Elbow slam the bottom of the track. They'll get up. Oh, keep it going though. They're running currently 20. Actually, they're running a lot slower. They're running 0.3 slower a lap right now, so they are losing a lot of time. That is not good. You are fans of them. Holloman's getting hounded by Smith at the moment. Smith might get into the back of him here soon. I don't know if Holloman's just tight or if Smith is just that much better than him at the moment, but they're continuing to lose time. They're four seconds back from Ross as Smith will look to the inside. Holloman should be able to get a pretty good run on the outside, and he will. He'll be able to hold off Smith for now. As Nelson has jumped to the pits at lap 82. That's when he smoked the wall. I was wondering what that was for. Now I understand what it was for. See the 55 and 01. This is Dunaway and Hoke fighting currently fighting for 6th position at the moment. You can go down there and you can cut the track as much as you want, but they don't have to let you back up on the track necessarily. So if somebody wanted to hold you down there, they could. Holloman is losing spots here. I wonder if he's picked up the pace. He's still about 2 to 3/10 off pace from the leaders. I think he has tried to get going, as Alex and Andrew Teft are about to start battling with each other here for 2nd place. crew, Hoke and Dunaway, are still going at it. Hoke does not want to let it go. Dunaway might. No, he's not going to have him cleared yet. No, he will. Just barely. Slides up in front of Hoke. See what Hoke does if he tries to cut under the 01. He's not going to have big enough of a run to do anything, so he's just going to kind of let him go at this moment. The Hertz will come down pit road now. Alex Teff and Andrew Teff, second and third. Holloman is losing positions, or he's not losing. He's not gaining any time. He does have older tires than these guys up here. I didn't think about that. He pitted at lap 69. These guys have lap 75 tires. So maybe a little bit of tire difference here. I don't know if that's going to play a factor, but that just seems excessive. You have some pits happening now. Honey cuts down pit road. These guys are kind of stacked themselves up back here, though. This is from about 10th on back. These guys are under a blanket pretty much. Nose to tail. The Pendle, who brought out that last caution, spun on his own. I think it was just he was too high and he tried to get back to the gas. He had so much wheel into it that it just got way too loose for him. I don't think Holloman's going to be able to catch him as he's actually going to put himself on the wall off of 2. I keep forgetting that Phoneix it's shaped so weirdly. Don't think the guys behind them, though, are that much better on time. I mean, they're like 4 lap better. Not even 4, maybe really 3 green flag laps on tires. However, these guys that are just back here they're just stuck behind each other. None of them can get around each other at the moment. Andrew Teff did get around Alex Teff for 2nd position. 22 laps left here. We'll go on board here, 1 lap each with 5 random drivers. When John Ross gets back to the start-finish line, we will start that here. So I will go on mute and I will do the gyro cam for them. You see that these guys are now 15, or going to be coming to 15 laps to the end of the race. So we'll see how these guys will go. Andrew and Alex not going to be able to catch them. It seems like Holloman he had such a huge lead and that caution came out. I know he's got to be pretty mad about that. He's not going to be too happy about it at all, for sure. Maybe a caution. There's going to be one. It's going to be back in this area right here with these guys all over each other. I don't know if they're going to wreck, but we'll just find out eventually if they are. Someone could get really aggressive, get in there too deep, and clean out everybody else. But I don't know if that's going to happen for sure. Closest battle that we'll see. This guy's about to be put 3 wide here in a minute. Yeah, let's see how aggressive they decide to go. 3, the 86, the 20, and the 94 are all under a blanket at the moment. Ross is coming to 11 to go. I know one thing that Ross does not want to see is a caution. He's saying anything but a caution at the moment, and he's fine with that. Just keep it green to the end with the lead that he has. Again, that's the last thing that he wants to see at the moment. Actually, no, I thought that's Honeycutt. Honeycutt, he came down pit road. I was confused there for a minute. I realized Honeycutt has pitted before. You're inside 10 to go with 8 laps left. Who are the two that are, these two right here. Gates, Golmetti, and Ecker. 8th, 9th, and 10th. All just kind of strangling each other for this last position at the moment. About to be put 3 wide here in a minute. This 77 might be holding them up just a tad. Or it's a 68, one of the two. Will they put it 3 wide? Will the 8 go 3 wide? He's not going to do it. Golmetti will be tight in that corner, but the 77 overshot it a little bit to himself, so he's not going to be able to capitalize on it. Ecker will go down all the way to the bottom. He's going to try to get a 2 for 1. And dive it on into this corner. He's not going to be completely clear, though. Will the 77 hold him tight? 77 will. Not be able to follow it up to the walls. We're inside 5 to go. He might lose 2 positions here trying that. fastest lap times now is actually still John Ross. He's still running a 28:10. Had about a second fall off, actually a little bit over a second fall off. It is 5 to go. And Ross, the last thing that he wants to see is a caution. 4 to go at the moment. Will be 2 to go here when he comes back down to the start finish line. Ross right now, he is just trying to get this white flag. When the white flag is in the air, that is pretty much, next caution, or that next flag will end the race no matter what. Go into 3 and come out of 4 and take the white flag one more time around here for John Ross. Alex and Andrew Teft are still going to fight for that second position. It might be actually worth it to look at how these guys go with each other. Who's going to get deep into 3 and 4? You can see the rear end wiggle on that 43, almost clips his brother. I believe that's his brother on the outside. But it is going to be all John Ross here. A caution timed perfectly for him, and he will come out of 4, and he will win here at the late start that I had to Phoneix Raceway. Andrew Teft second, Alex Teft was third. These guys back here are all squabbling for fourth, as Dunaway will take it from both of them. Hoke and Kinsley, I think Kinsley just ran out. Yep, he is out of fuel, so these guys might be a lot closer on fuel than I realized. Yeah, these guys may be out. Some of them maybe. We'll watch John Ross burn it down, though. Bringing the top 3 drivers here now. I don't know why that gave me a notification. It should not have done that. We'll bring in Alex Teft, if I can find where he is. Chicken Coop Racing. Hey, Alex, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Man, so you fall just a little bit short there from second. You were trying to race Andrew Ford. Almost got into his left rear coming out of 2 there, but, you still come home third. But, how did the race go for you overall, though? Because you qualified at 12th, and you worked your way up to third before the race ended.
Yeah, surprisingly, it was one of my better qualifying efforts. Not saying much, for a 12th, but it's still good for me. And then played the strategy all right. Caution fell really good for me. Uh, right before that last stint there, stayed out. Almost ran out of gas. Was actually lucky enough to limp it around and wait for pit road to open, so I didn't get the EOL for the closed pits. But just focused on saving tires and just keeping the truck clean. And yeah, I was expecting a lot more tire fall off, so I was really kind of taking it easy at the beginning of the runs, and it really did not pay off for me late in the run. So I'll have to remember that for next time when it's in the nighttime.
And so, how hard is it to pass at this track? Because, like, you can't. 1 and 2 is really the only passing spot. 3 and 4, if the guy in front of you, if he overshoots it, then you can get around it. But how hard is it to pass at Phoenix? Because you really only have one corner that there's really any passing.
It was really tough. There was just a ton of grip everywhere. You can see people really slipping and sliding around, so you could really just kind of send it off in there, and then it was virtually impossible to pass on the bottom unless the guy on the high line made a mistake and brushed the wall or something like that. But so if someone got a run on you, you could just easily take the high lane in the next corner, and you just kill whatever run they had, and it was pretty easy to do.
And so when that caution came out there during that flag of pit cycles, what was your thought there? Because it seemed like it definitely benefited you.
Oh yeah, no. I was definitely happy about it. Like I said, I was worried about getting back around again with my fuel situation. I was sputtering all the way down pit road, but yeah, no, it definitely paid off for me. I don't think I've really would have made it into the top 5 with how the race was, running on its own. So that definitely helped a lot because usually whenever I get a position, I can usually keep it for the most part.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
So, if you want to shut you guys over at Ghost for putting on the show for us tonight, thank the League itself, Races Elite. Thank the viewers and my friends that watch all the time, and my fiance.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home third tonight, man.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It was Alex Teft, the third place driver. We will bring in the second place driver in Andrew Teft. Hey, Andrew, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
And so you come home second, fall just a little bit short. You had Alex was almost took you out last lap, going into 1 and 2 there. He barely missed your left rear, but how did the race go for you overall though? Because you qualified 8th, and well-timed caution benefited you there at the end.
Yeah, I think I topped off maybe at the third caution or something. Was able to kind of stretch it over some other guys, and caution just kind of fell at the right time and put me, I think, outside on the front row on that final restart, and you know the racing kind of cleaned up from there and had a nice long green flag run. Just hit a little bit more pace on John. Not sure where I was losing. We were pretty even overall. It was kind of hard to get a run in general. Everybody was pretty much running the same lap times, but maybe it's the dog leg transition or something. I'm not sure. I'd have to watch his in car to figure out what to do better next time.
And so, how hard was it to get around people? Because at this track, there's really 1 and 2 is really the only place to pass, and you kind of have to just wait for somebody to mess up coming out of 3 and 4 to even have a chance at it.
Yeah, I was trying to get a run on the high side in 1 and 2. I always get the corners mixed up now since they kind of reconfigured, but you could run all the way up to the wall in 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 was kind of just wrap the bottom and try to stay in the gas as much as you can to keep the momentum up without pushing out and smoking the wall. It didn't seem like you could really change up much over there, but you could kind of play around in 1 and 2. I kind of went below the line a little bit, doing a little bit of Chase Elliott stuff. Went all the way up to the wall at Kyle Larson, and kind of everything in between. And I guess I just couldn't quite pick the perfect line.
And that might be why you didn't do too well. You tried to chase Elliott. That's gonna anger a lot of Elliott fans that I just said that, but I don't care. I will die on that hill if I have to. But How did the race change, when that caution came out? Because you had yet to pit, and that definitely cycled you towards the front more.
Well, yeah, I was just about to go down pit lane, and caution came out, pit road closed, and I was already on fumes, so kind of putted around and ran out just at pit entry. Was gonna be able to coast to my box, but I was worried I might run out somewhere on the backstretch or something and have to tow, but kind of lucked out there too, just having barely enough to sputter back around.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out? Maybe been watching the stream here tonight.
I want to thank you for putting on the show. Congrats to John. We ran another good race. Always learn something from him. I just got to figure out what the heck he's doing. Want to thank our servicemen and women, my family, team, friends, and if anybody wants to check us out, just head on over to racerselite.com. You can find Discord invite. Get in touch with me on Discord, and we'll get you set up with some of these races.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home second tonight, man.
Yeah, thanks, Bruce.
That was Andrew Teft, the second place driver. I need to make a whole different profile for my games because I don't have it on this one. I need to go on studio. I'm gonna go in studio mode just a quick second here. I can't even see it when I do that. Great. But we'll bring in the race winner and John Ross now. Hey, John, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
I've got you, Bryce.
And so you come home with the win. Looks like a good time caution for you helped you get up there. But, how did the race go for you overall, though, man?
Well, it was a little rough at the beginning because it black flagged me for a start. I thought that my tires, had crossed the Geico zone, but I guess it didn't. So I had to come down and serve the penalty. And then it was just, there was a lot of grip tonight. The track was pretty cool. The trucks, they'll get a little pushy as the run goes on, but there wasn't a lot of tire fall off. So it was pretty difficult to pass. Yeah, so Andrew was coming in there at that right before that last caution, and I said, well, I'm going to come in and follow him. I think I had like 5/10 of a lap left of fuel, and then the caution come out, and both of us kind of swung right back out on the track, and we were able to take that and put everybody a lap. So that's really all I needed. And once I was able to get in clean air, I could kind of manage the gap back to Andrew and Alex, and just try to save as much tire as I could.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how hard was it to pass at this track here? Because it seems like, because when I would run it, I run in the next gen, so it's a little bit different. But really, 1 and 2 is the only real place to pass. You have to get a run down the back stretch, and then 3 and 4 you have to hope that they overshoot it or get off the bottom just a little bit. But how difficult is it to pass at this track if everybody's spot on perfect every single lap?
Yeah, I think it would be extremely difficult. I think you really nailed it. The only place that I found in the trucks that was working tonight was if somebody got back on the throttle just a little too soon in the apex of 3 or 4, and they swung out toward the wall. And if you could just be patient and not try to time your run and get on the throttle before the guy in front of you, if you were just a little bit patient, you could cut it down, and that allowed you to cut the dog leg a little bit more than the car or the truck in front of you. And if you could do that, you could get a nice run. But it was so difficult because the mid to high line in 1 and 2 was working really well tonight too. So you really had to get them on the exit of 4 and be, at least door to door with them going into 3.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it. It's hard to pass this track overall because it's so flat and there's a lot of grip. And if guys get loose, they just move up a lane in 1 and 2, and then it tightens their truck up, and then they're fine for the rest of the race.
Yeah.
But were you nervous there on that last restart, or were you pretty calm because there was you guys had only about 2 or 3 lap fresher tires, but you evidently pulled away from everybody else when the green flag dropped after that.
I was pretty confident that if I was able to get some clean air, that I could manage it well. Alex and Andrew are both extremely tough, especially Alex. And I like to say this because I've broadcasted a lot of these truck races, and Alex, when he has a late race caution, is one of the tougher guys in the league to run, and I always watch Andrew because Andrew's really strong on the longer run. So you've got Alex that has a ton of short run speed, and you've got Andrew that has a lot of late run pace. So it was being able to manage those. I was a little, I just wanted to watch it. I wanted to get a good jump, and I felt like once I got out there, if I could feed them some dirty air and just make sure that I was nailing the exits of 4 and the exit of 2, I felt fairly confident. But you never know with those guys and how that race is going to play out.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I do. To all of my adrenaline race team, there's a bunch of us that run here at Racers Elite. I want to thank Russ for being with me and running tonight, and we've got a bunch of guys that run there on Thursday, and Nathan and Zach and all of those guys. I want to thank all my adrenaline race fans and to Racers Elite. Andrew works his tail off to get these things put on, and he runs almost every night. So if anybody is looking for a place to go, this is certainly it. It's a lot of fun, very competitive. Anybody can win at any night. So just thank you to all those guys, and thank you for broadcasting. Certainly appreciate all the efforts that you put in.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home with the win tonight, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
That was John Ross, the race winner. So John Ross first, Andrew Teff second, Alex Teff third, Sean Dunaway fourth, Truth Hoke fifth, Kinsley Smith sixth, Blair Hallman 7th, 8th, Curtis Ecker 9th, Christopher Pendle 10th, Alex Gates 11th, Evan Gometti 12th, Kyle Hess 13th, Cody Benelli 14th, Rob Yost 15th, Matt Mettler 16th, Troy Thomas 17th, Brandon San Filippo 18th, Brandon Honeycutt 19th. Do not hide that, bring that back up. Russ Martin 20th, Philip Archibald 21st, Richard Hurst 22nd, Barry Nelson 23rd, Riley Frost 24th was Roger Gates. Not a bad race overall. Again, that is on me for starting later. Set an alarm on my phone to wake me up. And I don't know how I do it, but I turn off alarms in my sleep. So evidently I did that. So that is on me. But I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer. I will let you all go. I will be back here on Thursday.